I painted a lot of landscapes, such as the paradise and the remote mountains. Quite a large portion of them were left in China. Many of them were quite poetic. Layer after layer of mountains, they look quite heavenly. They sit among the clouds and fog, just like a fairyland. The clouds are floating around, the mountains disappear into the clouds, and the many layers give a feeling of remoteness.
Good traditional Chinese painting consists of 5 elements. The first element is a good topic or a good story on which to base the painting. Next, the painting has to be painted skillfully. Thirdly, a meaningful phrase or poem is inscribed onto the painting using good calligraphy, a highly skillful art form in its own right. Fourth, the painting has to be stamped with the painter's seal. Finally, the painting is mounted on a scroll for keeping and viewing by an audience. Only when you have all 5 elements together can you have a fine piece of art.
My teachers, Shen Zicheng and Qian Juntao, wrote many poems on my paintings as the epigraphs. Whenever they saw some good pieces that I had done, they would write beautiful poems on them.
A well-known artist would only put their calligraphy and seal on their best students' best work. In her early 20s, Zhang started to become famous in the painting community. She held several solo exhibitions and received numerous prizes and awards. Qian Juntao, a famous Chinese painting master, even wrote an article in order to recommend her paintings. In her use of brush and ink, she is able to use nature, wind, rain, and moon to express a sophisticated understanding of one's inner feelings and emotions within the painting, earning her a reputation as one of the best young painters in China today. If she still cannot be classified as a famous artist due to her young age, she is certainly on her way to becoming one. Zhang's works were frequently published in newspapers and magazines within China and overseas. With her parents' arrangement, Zhang married Zhou in 1985, and in 1986, their daughter Bella was born.
Although my living condition was good in every aspect, and my career was very successful, I still felt anguish and discomfort in my mind. I saw everyday people fighting for fame and profit really miserable, so I wanted to look for a serene and pure land. This inspired me to paint the paradise and some other landscapes, as I was looking for a pure land. Soon after, I moved to Australia.
Zhang immigrated during Christmas 1991, joining her husband Zhou. She was excited by the promises of this beautiful and bountiful country.
After I migrated to Australia, I took my daughter to the zoo. When I saw the lovely koalas, I wanted to paint them. I wanted to present them in painting. So I often took my daughter to the park to see the koalas. It took me 6 months to finish the painting. It is 6 meters long and has 100 koalas in it. Some are sitting, some are having conversations, some are holding babies and some are courting. Some are turning a somersault, some are playing hide and seek, and other interesting movements. It really shows the innocent, cute and simple gestures.
Being a new migrant, she found a job working in a freezer packaging vegetables. Unfortunately, her body did not react well to the conditions, and soon she developed severe rheumatoid arthritis.
I went to see all kinds of doctors of both Western and Chinese medicine throughout Sydney. I spent over $10,000 on medicine and treatment. The condition just got worse and worse. Even to open my mouth and have a meal was painful. Just after walking 2 steps, I would take a break. I could hardly lift a rice bowl. I lost the ability to paint. Even just to sleep a bit longer would make my back sore. I was living a life in which I would rather die. I thought, I am so young. If I become paralyzed and bedridden, how am I going to live? I would rather die. It was just too painful to live.
Zhang suffered in agony for more than 6 months. Her life a nightmare, her distress compounded by her inability to paint.
At that time, my husband found an advertisement in the paper for a free 9-day seminar on Falun Dafa, so he went there. After the first lecture, he came back and said to me, "You have to go there with me tomorrow." I thought, I'm staying at home all day, it's worse than death. The unbearable loneliness made me even more miserable and sad. So together we went to the Falun Dafa seminar. The first day after I listened to the Falun Dafa seminar, my pain had already gone. I was thinking, why has the pain gone? Why is Falun Dafa so miraculous? So I started practicing. After I studied Falun Dafa, I looked younger. I'm over 40 now, but I feel I am getting younger daily. My body became healthy again, and my state of mind became excellent. I was free from illnesses and worries ever since then.
Falun Dafa, a powerful mind and body cultivation system from China, proved to be Zhang's salvation. With its profound principles of truth, compassion and forbearance, Zhang found not only the answer to her bodily ailments, but also the answer to her quest for a pure land. She became a dedicated practitioner of Falun Dafa in March 1997. 2 years later, in July 1999, the Chinese government began persecuting Falun Dafa practitioners. Knowing that the persecution was wrong, Zhang went back to China to just say Falun Dafa is good. For that, she was jailed and subject to inhumane beating and torture.
The prisoners all said that I was different because nothing bothered or pained me. They felt miserable every day, but I didn't feel anything like that. They said that I was special. They said that I had gone beyond man's everyday concerns. So they asked me to paint a picture on the wall, and I drew an image of Tiananmen. There were dozens of roses and peonies beneath it. Since then, I meditated under that Tiananmen on the wall. The prisoners said that I couldn't go to Tiananmen Square, so I drew one. The prison guards saw it too. Because it was so well painted, they asked prisoners from every cell to come and see my painting. So when they came around, I would start practicing. So when they were staring at the beautiful picture of Tiananmen, they also saw me practicing the exercises of Falun Dafa.